Bill, busy Monday lunchtime here at Streets2Homes. What have you been doing here at lunchtime?
Well, helping preparing the dinner, serving it up and that. We've also had a few donations come in because it's harvest at the moment, so we've got a lot of that coming in. And so because I'm coordinator, I have to be sort of everywhere doing a bit. I haven't got one set job here.
So take us back down to bare bones. So when stuff comes in, these are foodstuffs that come in.
Yes,
like
food donations. Yeah, and then we have to sort it, like go through the dates, because obviously we don't want to put the stuff that's going off soon at the back. We want to bring that all to the front, so there's a lot of fiddling about to do, and then finding storage for it as well.
Yeah.
So bit of a nightmare at the moment. But,
and what other jobs do you do here?
Well, I coordinate all the other volunteers.
What's that mean, coordinate?
But make sure that everyone's like doing what they're supposed to be doing. I try to use people to their strengths. So like Tara, she's really good sorting the food out and in the clothes cupboard, so she sort of floats around and make sure she's floating around that area. Just making sure everyone's sort of where they should be. So
how did you come to be here?
I was a client. I come here, I was homeless, desperate.
How did you end up homeless?
Drugs. I had a massive cocaine addiction. So and I sort of, I was paying for my drugs, but I wasn't paying for my rent, or buying food or anything like that.
And may I ask, how much was that costing a day?
A lot of money. I mean, I wouldn't know a day. Yeah. I know that in about 3 or 4 months I probably spent about 8 grand.
8 grand?
Yeah, I was earning pretty good money back then. So
you had a good job?
Yeah, I had a good job. I was doing night shifts at Bid Food. It was a big fest back then. I had a bit of money saved up, and I just.
And forgive my ignorance, but what were the downsides to you taking cocaine? How did it start to destroy your life?
It changed my personality, made me a very angry person, and I just become obsessed with it. It's like holding on to something very sentimental and not being able to let go of it. I couldn't really function properly.
The stereotype is about paranoia, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I didn't get too much paranoid from that. I mean, I smoked a lot of weed as well, and surprisingly enough, I wasn't a paranoid person, just quite passive aggressive.
Yeah. So what did you lose?
Everything. Friends, fell out of family, lost my home. I lost pretty much everything. Lost access to my kids as well.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just sort of building that back up now.
Yeah. So when you became homeless, was it you actually going? Sorry, I should have. I'll start that again. When you became homeless, was it actually sleep on the streets or onto sofas? What was?
First time was street homeless. I mean, by that time I'd gotten off the drugs, so that was.
Was that hard?
Yeah and no. I mean, it was easier than what I thought it would be, but it was still quite difficult. Even now, if I go and have a beer with a friend, there's always that little temptation there, but it's manageable. Like, I haven't had a fall for quite some time now, so. But yeah, I was street homeless. Had to use this centre every day. It was open. It was a godsend, really. Just being able to come here and have a wash, get some change of clothes and that.
So So you did that. So when was the turn? You slowly turning your life around.
Yes, because I was in the centre quite a lot. Surrounded by some positive people like Kerry, Kieran, Wayne. I decided to take up a volunteering job here, and I thought it'd be good because I wanted a reference to get back into work as well, and they said they would give me a reference. So I was volunteering for quite some time, and then it was December time, I managed to get myself some work, got my ID back together, because I lost all my ID when I become homeless.
What's that mean? Your
identification, like birth certificate, driving licence. I lost it all.
So you almost became Bill the Invisible Man.
Yeah, pretty much. So I literally started fresh. It's quite difficult as well, especially with the GDPR nowadays. I mean, you need ID to be able to get a certain piece of ID. It's bonkers, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I managed to get myself into a warehouse job via an agency, and that was on the Wednesday I started work. and Kieran got me into a room on a Friday, and that's when things started getting a bit better. But that did actually fall apart again towards like sort of early 2018. But then I was become homeless again, but I was sofa surfing. I'd come away from the centre as well because I was working, I wasn't needing the centre that much, and I had a bit of money behind me. But obviously when I become homeless again, I come back, took up another volunteer job, got myself into a room. I was on and off of work as well, in between, like sort of, I think it was January, March, I think it was, up until June, I think. Can't quite remember.
That's all right. So are things easier or easy, or is it still, there's still a lot of challenges ahead?
Things are better, but not necessarily easier. No. I've got more direction in my life now. I know what I want to do. I'm looking to get into this work, trying to get funding for a position here. So I was doing a meet and greet. So when a new client comes in, I'm the one that registers them, gets them in the centre a little bit quicker. Because I remember when I was homeless and I was volunteering here, I remember new clients coming and they was having to wait outside for 40 minutes sometimes because everyone else was busy taking up seeing other clients. That doesn't happen now. I can get them in the centre quickly. So yeah, I'm looking to get into this sort of work. Things are a lot better. It's just difficult because obviously this is still a volunteer position, and if I go and get work elsewhere, it sort of disassociates myself with the centre, and it'd be more difficult for me to get a job. I've got to be here to prove that it warrants funding, you know. So.
But you're very easy to speak to. You're very easy to interview.
Yeah.
You know, you've got clearly. I'm not interviewing you for a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you've clearly got great interpersonal skills, haven't you?
Yeah. I've always been like good with people. Obviously, when I had my little fall, like when I was doing a lot of drugs and that, I've become a bit solitary. But most of my life, I've always been quite a sociable person, quite down to earth. You know, not very judgmental. So yeah, I'm good to talk to. It's good. You want a person like that to bring people into the centre as well. And I'm a good listener as well. So if I bring in a new client and they've got a lot on their chest, they can just unload on me if they want to. And I'm bound by confidentiality. So yeah, and it's good because when they're doing that with me, they'd have to do that with someone else before I took up this position, and they'd have to go away and then come back and do exactly the same thing, probably to the same person. Where now it's just a bit more fluent. They come in, they can talk to me, they can unload.
But at the end of the day, in fact, you must pay tribute to Streets2Homes. They've done a great job.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Streets2Homes is awesome. I mean, I don't know what I would have done without this place. I would have ended up dead probably. I would have slipped back onto the drugs, and yeah, if I didn't have this place to come to when I was homeless. And it's not just being able to come in as a homeless person, use it as a drop-in centre. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that they do. Some of these guys are working so hard. I mean, I'm not privy to all the information because of GDPR, but they do work really hard. You know, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, keeping people housed. Like I know Wayne. One week I was having a chat with him. He's like, "Do you know what? I prevented 4 people from becoming homeless today just by making a few phone calls and that." There's stuff like that goes on all the time. Kerry does a lot of work outside of the centre as well. I know that much. But yeah, they do work really hard.